to talk about a mama?
Yes, let's talk about a mama.
Well, people ask us why we started Opinionated Mama, and it's not that complicated yet. I think we tend to babble on about it when we start talking about it.
Because we get excited because we love it so much and it's such a part of our lives now and we want to share it with you.
And we're just two opinionated mamas. And
in a sea of a lot of opinionated mamas, we hear you guys out there and you're opinionated just like we are.
Well, and the thing is, Debbie and I are different. We're very different. I mean, and there's a lot of things that are similar about us, but we're different in a lot of ways. I'm a Democrat. I've got 3 kids. I'm married. I was raised by a single dad. Who rocks, by the way. So behind every good mama is a good dad. And
I'm a Republican, and I have 2 kids, and I'm divorced, and I was raised by married parents who are still married, and are very conservative, probably even more conservative than I am. But
and you have a rockin' mom and dad.
I have a rockin' set of parents.
Debbie's dad makes us laugh every day, and my dad makes us cry every day.
For sure.
So they send emails that kind of get us going and spark conversation too. But the reason we started this is because during the 2008 campaign, Debbie and I had a lot of great conversations. We're real life friends that have very, very different opinions on issues. However, we're both moms.
Yeah, and that's where we definitely come together in our child rearing, and we share a lot of opinions about how to raise kids. And most moms do that. They kind of query each other and go, what do you do about this? And I don't know about this kid, what's going on with this? And that's kind of where our common ground, where we find our common ground.
And what we realized is that what we teach our kids at home every day, all of us, Debbie and I, but all of you too, does not connect with what is going on in our country sometimes. And so we decided to look at the news and events from a mom's perspective and to start listening to what's going on and through our mom lens, figure out what really the lessons are to draw from those things.
Right.
And what we learned was everything that goes on, whether it's politics or it's a current event, has a common sense principle.
Yeah, that we would probably use when we're talking about issues or even trying to just impart some lesson to our children. We would use this kind of common sense idiom to explain these things to our kids. And then we started thinking, gosh, if we had used these common sense idioms, if we were in a room with the people who ran Washington, what if we held those people accountable to these common sense principles as well? What an interesting world that would be.
Well, and nobody else really breaks through all the nonsense to speak to us about the connection between what we're teaching at home and what's really going on in our country.
Yeah.
Because everybody has an agenda. Our politicians have an agenda, they want to get reelected. Our pundits have an agenda, they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Our celebrities have an agenda, they're famous. America's moms have zero agenda.
Well, we have one
except
agenda.
to raise.
Yeah, we want to raise good kids.
Right.
And we want to raise future citizens who can think and go through issues and really participate in the democracy that we've created. So that's our agenda.
So what we figured out was that we are literally, if our kids are the future, America's moms are shaping the future of our country. So we're raising kids, but we're also raising the citizens of our country. So we felt like if we could pool all moms' opinions to really get to the heart of these issues, then America's moms could kind of lead by example and move our agenda forward. If we start conversations at opposite ends of the spectrum all the time, nothing is ever going to get done.
Yeah, look at Washington. That's kind of what they do. Sometimes it doesn't work so well. So.
And we definitely come at things from opposite ends of the spectrum. But we figured out that if we could meet in the middle, if we could help carve out that common ground in things we already know to be true, that we believe, that you believe, that we all believe, and we say every day, then maybe we can make some progress.
Kind of that good old school common sense stuff that we really have these great pearls that we already kind of know what to do. We just sometimes need some help applying them in our daily lives and to the bigger, broader issues.
So explain to them why we have a little bowl.
We have a little bowl, and this is sort of the way that we start our kitchen table talk discussions. It's kind of the rules of the road for kitchen table talk, and you guys can do this at home too. And if you want to, you can record your kitchen table talk discussions and email them to us, and we'll show you at the end of the video how you can turn those into us. But basically, you can do this with your gal pals, or you can do this with your family, and pick a topic. It can be politics, it can be sportsmanship, it can be heroes, it can be whatever thing that's on your mind that you want to talk about, and then put on the reverse side of it some common sense idiom.
Like for example, this one, I wrote politics. And then on the other side,
we have a rising tide lifts all boats, or
it's attitude.
Attitude is everything. Anyway, something that you can come up with as a good kind of middle ground where you want to start the conversation, and then you can randomly pull them out and begin a conversation about it. And you'll find that it's an interesting and good way to start a conversation and end a conversation.
So Debbie and I each pick our own topics, and we write what we think the common sense idiom is on the back, and then we throw them in there. So some of these she came up with, and some of them I came up with, and then we just draw randomly.
Yeah.
And so for this one, Oh Mama is change begins at home.
And it does.
It starts with us. We have the power to make a difference every single day in the lives of our kids, our families, our communities, and our country. And we want all of America's moms to sort of get on board this campaign for common sense and help us. Let's get our voices heard, and let's be constructive in these conversations. We can be the voice of reason, and it all starts with you.